Welcome to episode 8 of Downwind Diaries, and Barry and I were just chatting a little while ago about how stoked we are with the following that's developed and the amazing outreach and congrats from special people in our lives. So I've been blown away by the response, and you've been getting contacts from all over. So we're really grateful for that.
Yeah, I think this long-term format addition to our business called Downwind Diaries is just a really passionate way to share our stories, to share our experiences of surf ski paddling, and what a better way to do that than the World Surf Ski Champs on our doorstep. The culmination of the people that have arrived from around the world in our hometown has been a special experience this week. We're a couple of days into our hospitality package. We personally, from a SASS perspective, Greg and I have welcomed 20 paddlers from around the world that we've hosted. We've loved sharing our hometown with them, teaching a little bit about the local conditions and getting them up to speed for World Champs. How have you found this week?
What a privilege to be doing this. It's also been great meeting top paddlers from around the world, also giving them a bit of direction, showing them around, especially the guys who arrived early. That was a real privilege. And our team that we're managing, it's been such a privilege taking them around and sharing our knowledge with them. Now it's 2 days, they've made the announcement.
Yeah. So
it's no more playing. It's the business end of the deal.
They have literally launched the exact times and locations for the World Championships, which are going to officially be on Saturday and Sunday. They're going to be running the doubles first, which is something a little different. On Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. We are expecting a southwesterly wind that's going to blow Saturday afternoon and into Sunday, with a southwest course from DC to Westbrook, and the main sort of obviously race on Sunday, which is a longer course, 34 kilometers. And
we've been discussing it.
Yeah,
we've been discussing it. We've got video footage of it.
So we've obviously, these decisions from a race organizer's perspective are always tough. They've got weather models that they've been watching for a couple of days, and making these calls is super, super tough. I wouldn't like to be the one making the call. We're not directly involved in some of those decisions. We're not on the race committee, and the local community that has driven this World Champs has really done a great job in ticking all the boxes and making sure that we get open ocean paddling in, that we have the opportunity to race point to point. If I was going to pick it, I think my predictions earlier in the week that we might be racing to Westbrook twice, with one of the southwest fronts coming in a little earlier than expected. But I think the forecasters hold. We're expecting that west at sort of 3 o'clock on Saturday. So we're going to use the wind early that morning. What are your thoughts on some of the weather and the course that they've picked?
Yes, so you did make predictions, and I want to say that one of your predictions still might come true, because it's Wednesday. Saturday is a while away, and we know these conditions can change quickly. So we'll hold that little side bet you took. But I'm getting messages from the top paddlers that they're really happy about the S1 race. They're really, really happy. It's going down to Westbrook. They're happy that the wind is going to be pushing them nicely. It's going to be challenging. And in my view, the race, this is one race a year that is designed around the top paddlers in the world. And I think that that Sunday is going to give them those conditions.
Yeah, I definitely think, although the World Championships has 500 plus paddlers, this is the latest of what racing looks like. And to give those paddlers that want to be competitive downwind conditions, it's the ethos of our sport. It's what we want to be doing. It's the most exciting, aspirational part of our sport. Putting the conditions for the singles race at the best possible weather window for the weekend, for us, and our perspective on what should happen, they've nailed it on the head. The best conditions are going to be Sunday morning. The singles race is going to be 9 o'clock, and I think for the singles race in general, I think you couldn't have asked for better. There's not much groundswell around. The weather forecast looks for small surf, medium wind conditions of 15 knots, gusting 20, which is super controllable. It's going to be super fair racing with very good visibility. So there's not going to be storms. The west is hitting the afternoon before, so we should be able to see where we're going. Some of the time on the southwesterly wind can be a bit overcast, and it can be quite hard to see where we're going, but I think it's going to be super amazing.
Barry, we can't carry on talking about what is going to happen without saying what happened. So today we did a downwind to Umhlanga Rocks, Durban View, and there was carnage. There were a few broken boats, and yesterday at Toti there were a few broken boats. So the whole intro, the welcome to the KZN coastline has certainly been rough for some people, which brings us to that local advantage and how much that's going. We've discussed it. It's going to make a difference.
Yeah, I think so. It's interesting to see how much paddling's gone on this week. So I don't think there's been one paddler that hasn't got at least 2 downwinds.
Yep.
Some guys that arrived on the weekend have probably got 3 or 4 downwinds in. So I definitely think a lot of the guys have done their homework. I know Gordon Hobrecht, you assisted him in 1 or 2 downwinds. He did one with me on Friday last week. So he must have done both direction courses at least twice or three, at least twice, sometimes maybe 3 times. And we've got another opportunity. The southwesterly wind is going to blow exactly the same direction as the World Champs is going to be on Sunday. So there's another opportunity tomorrow for guys to get out on the course to practice it. So everyone's had a fair shot. Obviously, I think there's going to be hometown advantage. And just watching the guys in the surf today, that's the skills don't just happen overnight, and that's the curveball for a lot of paddlers that have come here. The wave zones are a curveball. Right this minute, the managers' meeting is going on. We still have a race briefing tomorrow that are going to dictate start procedures, finish procedures, whether the race is going to finish out at sea or on the beach. So there's still some announcements to be made on the little things around the course. But yeah, the surf has played toll on some of the countries that wouldn't have necessarily experienced some of the conditions we get here.
Shame. But I was thinking about it, and I was just thinking, they've come out, they've done it. And even if those guys don't race on the weekend, they've had a great time. I think the learning curve has been massive. And whilst we're on the subject of race organizers and all the volunteers, once again, I want to say or give out a massive shout out to these guys. They've been amazing. Everything has been smooth. They've been thorough. And we know most of the volunteers, but they're giving up their time, and it's really tough. How many paddlers are there?
500 and
something,
20 something, I think. I'm not 100% sure exact number.
And they're processing these people, goodie bags, activities during the week, talks, conservation talks. David Mocker gave a great talk last night, and it's really been a warm welcome in the true sense of South African hospitality. So we're very proud of all of you.
Yeah, so I think after this event, I think one of the takeouts is going to be, one of the way people are going to remember this event is a lot of the community here around DUC, the club itself. We run our South African Surf Ski Academy from DUC, and a lot of our squad members have dived in to help out. And you got to give it to them. They really have put on a good show. And I want to just put out one more thing of thanks is events like this couldn't happen without a lot of the boat manufacturers. There's a little section to the club called the Void, was a big section of the club that they've dictated or used for boat storage, and you just walk through there and there's hundreds and hundreds of boats.
It's amazing. There's lovely footage about that as well.
Yeah, the cost associated with producing these boats, getting them all the way to Durban, the hiring of these boats and the risk these manufacturers take doing a rental system for Worlds is, for me, the lifeblood of the industry. There's no ways you could put 500 people on the water without them. So to every single one of the manufacturers that's backed Worlds, that's come with boats, that's helped out, you guys, I cannot thank you enough. You guys have really made Worlds possible. So to all the industry guys that put their money where their mouth is when it comes to the sport, well done. You guys have actually made this Worlds possible.
Yeah, very, very true.
Specifically the bigger fields. We would never be able to afford to put this many people in the water. And the amount of internationals that have come and are able to take part because of you, we've got to give you a heads up.
And to see those guys driving those trailers out here, the trailers just arriving, turning around, driving another 800 to 1,200 kilometers, picking up a next load and coming through, those guys must be absolutely baked at the moment.
The guys have you can see I want to call it the train station of people picking up boats.
Yeah.
Has been really cool to see. But I think there's two things that are going to shine out for me. The community that behind the event that have put this thing together has been amazing. The boat manufacturers and the service providers that have pulled it together. And then finally, for me, our closing comments before we close out for this episode is the community of paddlers from around the world that have supported this event has been quite phenomenal. We've had, you could think of countries from just on our down
Tahiti,
Reunion have brought a massive team. The Italians,
Taiwan,
geez, we've just had 12 guys from Hong Kong on our little group.
We've got Scottish, Irish, UK,
Finnish,
yeah,
Finland, Thailand,
UAE.
Brazil was on one of our downwinds today, and there's also been trailers coming from around the country of local South African communities that are outside of Durban. One of my favorites is the Transvaal Navy. For those that don't know, the Transvaal is a province or region that's
landlocked,
600 kilometers from water.
Yes.
So they've brought trailers down and have got their community involved in World. So yeah, really cool to see a mixture of people from different backgrounds. The languages talked in the boat houses have been cool to see. People, I know that I traveled around the world for a long time, and a lot of friends that I haven't seen in a long time have come to Durban, so really cool to connect with some of those people. And
And the Durban weather was kind to them on arrival. It was flat as a pancake, and everyone had been hearing about the Durban conditions, and each day Neptune just escalated the bump, and the last 2 days it's been sort of close to what locals are used to. So it's been a nice gradual introduction, and now the next time we speak to you, it's going to be the business end of the race.
So I think we're going to do 1 or 2 more videos before the race itself around our predictions on the who's going to do well. Maybe we even pull in 1 or 2 of those athletes to give us some comments.
Yeah.
But let's celebrate that we're racing Saturday, Sunday.
They all finished stressing about which direction. There was so much speculation. Which way is the wind going to go? What do you think? What do you think? That is over. We're at the race. We're at the business end of the event, and good luck to everyone.
Yeah, I think on our previous episode with Ben Mangard, one of the things we talked about is a lot of the paddlers putting forward the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
And from us, we hope you have fun in our hometown. We hope you put your best foot forward on Saturday and Sunday at the racing, and good luck and have fun.
Looking forward to speaking to you again soon.
See you later.